Welcome to another installment of Dentures with Cherry Bomb Granny. Hey, it's July the what 6th, 7th, Wednesday, and 7th, and I'm here at the dentist's office to get my 4-week realignment or check-in or whatever it is they're gonna do, and hopefully they'll be able to make these a little more comfortable. Hadn't done a follow-up video trying to give it some time to heal up so that the changes are actually noticeable. That's what they look like now. This one's pretty much down. Still got a little sore spot back here in the back, but they're really loose with no adhesive in them, and so I'm interested to see what they're gonna do about that today. And it's been really strange too. Yesterday I worked out another splinter, so this is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces I've picked out, but I think that's all of them. I don't feel anything else in there. Everything else feels pretty smooth. And the last place to heal up that's sore is this back bottom molar thing. Everything else is pretty comfortable to eat on, so it's been a lot better than I really anticipated, and wish luck to anybody that goes through it, and I hope you have a similar experience and it goes well for you, because I was really scared and apprehensive in the beginning, but I was desperate to have eating surfaces again. I had gotten to the point where everything I ate was getting stuck in a hole somewhere and I was miserable. So hopefully the next video I do will be after this visit, and I can tell you what they did on my follow-up visit at 4 weeks. Thanks. I'll be back. It's Thursday, July the 8th. It's the day after I went to the dentist. This is my update to my update. Everything's great. Bite was great. Healing's great. Everything's great. But at 4 weeks, you're supposed to be able to get what they were calling a soft line. And apparently their truck has not come, and they did not have the materials that they needed to put this soft liner in my dentures. And so they're supposed to call me, but I told them I know how it is, and I'm going to try to remember to keep checking back in with them this week and see if the delivery truck has come and brought their supplies. They're between my home and my office, so running by there to get the work done is not a problem if they'll just let me know when to come by. And so once I get that done, that's supposed to help them fit a little more snugly and more comfortable. And then I think they said that lasts about 4 to 6 weeks. So you go back in and have that redone every so many weeks, and then at 6 months they basically do a new liner to the inside of your dentures, made permanent to fit like those soft liners do. That's what they say. So I guess in 6 months I'll find out. But that's the update so far on the fit and the dental office part of it. Now, as far as the comfort goes, I have tried a couple of different adhesives. I've tried the C-Bond things. I've tried the powder. I've tried the Polygrip. I got a sample of that, and I actually had some. And I have used the Fix-A-Dent. And not to endorse anybody's product over anybody else's product. It's just a personal preference of mine. And the reason I'll tell you why. The personal preference that I do is purely a tactile thing for me in my mouth. It's not the taste or anything like that, and it's not how it works. I prefer the Fixodent over the Poly Grip stuff or any of the other stuff, because when you take your dentures out, or if you have excess that gets on your gums or your tongue, the other is real gritty feeling in my mouth, like I got a mouthful of baking soda or something. I don't know. It's strange, and it seems to be harder for me. I still have divots in my gums where they haven't completely healed, so it gets down in there, and then it's hard for me to get out, and it's just horrible. So for me, the Fixodent is a lot easier to get out when I take my dentures out. It doesn't have that gritty texture to it. It's more like a glue almost. Like when Elmer's glue starts to get more solid and it comes off in one piece, that is more the Fixodent stuff. And the other is more like just a mushy, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it, but I don't like it. So I don't use that. And the C-Bond did not, at least I tried the bottom ones. They didn't have the C-Bond for the top denture, so I haven't tried that. That may be great. I have tried the powder for the top denture. It was okay, but I still, for the way mine are fitting right now, I still need the creamy stuff in the whatever you call them, the tunnels or the tracks. That powder is okay on the palate part if you need something to kind of hold it up there, but because I still got a little swelling and stuff, if I don't have that adhesive in there, my dentures rock. But with the stuff inside the dentures and all the points that need it, they're good and firm and solid, and they don't move around. I still have a lisp. Lisp. I don't know how to fix that. I keep trying to work on it, but I guess it's just gonna take time. Um, but other than that, the comfort and the eating thing is coming along. I've learned about taking the small bites and not trying to be a pig and cram what looks like a forkful in your mouth. Take a smaller bite and cut it up. Cut your food up in little pieces before you start eating it. I mean, I love chicken fingers and stuff like that, but I have figured out some things I just can't bite. Like, I can't bite through pickles all the way, and I can't bite through tomatoes all the way, and peppers. There were some peppers on the sandwich we got the other night, and I loved them, but I couldn't bite through them, so I ended up having to pull them out and set them to the side. So some things, if you want it, just cut it in smaller pieces so that you're not trying to. It's this right here. I still got healing up here, so I can't bite hard enough to bite through something. Now, at some point later on, my girlfriend, we were talking about dentures, and she's had hers for a long time, but she said, "Oh, you'll be able to bite corn off the cob before long." Maybe. I hope so. To be able to bite an apple, that'd be awesome, because I haven't been able to do that. I never could do that because of the crowns that I had. I was always scared to death if I bit something with my front two teeth being crowned like they were. My tooth would come out in my food, and I'd be walking around with no front teeth. And what ended up breaking my crown out the last time it broke was I was eating a sandwich, and there was just a tiny little bit of sandwich left, and it had an outside edge on it, and there were some seeds or something on that edge, and I bit one the wrong way with that crowned tooth, and it broke the crown and the nub of my tooth that the crown was attached to, and everything completely off down to the gum. So, and that was only the last one that had broken. I had, through the past couple of years, just one right after another, my teeth just cracking and breaking off. And my mom used to always say, after she had kids, her teeth felt like chalk, like they just broke really easy. And I don't know if it's an old wives' tale or what, but I always heard that being pregnant took the calcium from your teeth and it went to the baby's bones and developing the baby. And maybe that's true. I don't know, but I know as I got older, my teeth got weaker, and I put a ton of money into them trying to save them, and it just finally got to the point where there wasn't enough good ones worth saving. And I found out when you do partials, when you attach the partials to your good teeth over time, the food in between and those connections, it just, and the wear and tear, it tears those good teeth up. So that's not going to be a forever kind of a thing. You know, that's just temporary. You can get a few years out of it, but you're going to start doing damage to your good teeth. And that's what happened to me. And putting the pressure on the few good teeth that I had left, it wasn't long till I was losing the good teeth that I had, and then the partial was useless because it was made to match what I had at that time. So as I started losing more of my own teeth, I had big gaps between what I had left and what the partial could fill in. And those things are as expensive as dentures are. So if you're looking at how much money is this going to cost me, and how hard is it going to be to maintain, and what am I going to have to do in the future, and all this stuff, if you're on a limited income and dental care is something that's really hard for you and your teeth are in bad shape, and they give you a treatment plan to save your teeth, sometimes it's just not worth it when you look at the long run. I mean, I could have put a ton of money into saving my teeth, but were they worth saving? And was I going to be able to keep saving my teeth after I put all this money into them? And is there other more important things that I need to be able to do with that kind of money, like maybe pay my mortgage off and get out of debt and get some things off my back? Yeah, I'd rather do that than I would keep putting money into a dentist's pocket just because he can give me a temporary fix for a few more years on a tooth that really is not gonna last. I had crowns that had post in them that completely, the post and all just came out. I've had crown teeth that I mean, this is a lot of money, spending a lot of money trying to save these teeth. Root canals and crowns. And then I go back on my scheduled checkup and get my x-rays and my new treatment plan, and they tell me, oh, there's a decayed tooth you need to deal with underneath this crown. Well, they're the ones that crown the tooth. Why am I having a decayed tooth underneath this crown? I've spent a fortune on this tooth. If this was going to happen, why did we do this? See, these are the things that they don't really think about, but as a consumer and as a tooth owner, you have to think about it down the road, especially when you get to be my age. Just how long do you think your teeth are going to last? And is it worth the money you're going to have to put into maintaining the teeth you have left? Or is it better to just go ahead and get dentures and get used to them and have a good set of teeth? Because for years now, I have not had a good set of teeth, and it affects everything. It affects when you go try to figure out what you want to cook, or how you're going to eat your dinner, or what kind of desserts you want to pick. And it's not about what you want. It's about what can you chew. What are you able to chew up? And that's frustrating. You know, I mean, I'm a big girl and I like to eat, and I live in the South and we like our food, and when you can't eat pecan pie and you can't eat Stuckey's pecan rolls and you have a hard time chewing a piece of bread and cornbread and, you know, pork chops and fried chicken and all these lovely fried green tomatoes and okra and things that we love to eat, couldn't do it. And you get kind of tired of pudding and mashed potatoes after a while. So For me, it was worth going through the pain all at once to get what I had left out. And like I said, 4 weeks in, that's where I'm at right now. This Monday was 4 weeks, and today's Thursday. So it's not as bad as I had it in my mind that it was going to be. And it has been remarkable to me that at this point, my ability to eat things that I couldn't eat before I had these teeth pulled out when I had my own teeth is just amazing. I mean, there's things I'm able to. I got a jar of dry roasted peanuts and I can eat them. Um, some things wear me out. Like I said, tomatoes in a sandwich or peppers or pickles or something like that. That's still a challenge. But the onions on a hamburger, not a problem. Cut right through that, and especially if they dice them up and put them on there, that's not a problem. I've had nachos, I've had chicken fingers. Now I cut my chicken fingers in pieces. I've had barbecue. Oh gosh, I've had coleslaw. I've had okra. I had cream corn. And I've had rice, I've had tamales, I've had all sorts of stuff that I had no problems with it, none whatsoever. And my mouth is still healing. It's not completely healed yet, but I don't have any open wounds. I just have divots and things that are healed over that have got to fill in and level out and all that stuff. So, but that's I just wanted to really document where I was in this kind of journey, and if anybody out there is watching this too and keeping up with it, this is what it's really like, and this is where I am, and hopefully all my videos won't be about getting my teeth fixed, but this is a big thing to a lot of people. I know I did a lot of research on YouTube just looking for people, and man, there was some people that gave some great hints. There's one guy out there that when he showed you how to eat and how to measure your bites and what size bites to take, that was huge for me, because when I first got these teeth put in, I felt like I had somebody's feet in my mouth, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to swallow a pill, much less chew food and get it down my throat. It takes a minute to get used to, and I still sometimes, my tongue on the back of the top plate, I feel like I kind of want to gag a little bit because there's something in my mouth, but I'm getting used to it. And the key to being able to chew and swallow after the first couple of weeks, you can't really put any adhesive in there because you've got those open wounds, and they don't want you to pull the clots out because you sure don't want to get dry sockets. That is no fun. If you've ever had a tooth pulled and had that happen, you know you don't want that. So suck it up and eat pudding and smooth stuff, drink protein shakes, whatever you gotta do for the first couple of weeks. Get through the rough spots and let them things heal up a little bit. But I found with the Fixodent, even if I didn't put it over the tops, that if I would just run it right around the edge where it would cushion, where it was pushing on the edges of my jaw, that helped a lot. And the magic mouthwash was great. If your dentist will give you the magic mouthwash, putting them in and out while you're still swollen and it's still real tender and sore, that magic mouthwash is awesome. Um, it's after the first couple of weeks is really when I started being able to deal with it a lot better, and I'm confident that as time goes on, if I'll keep going back and letting them put the liners in there like I'm supposed to, that I'll be real happy with these. Everybody that I've ever talked to that's not happy with their dentures, it's been because they didn't do the follow-ups, they didn't go back and get them relined, and your mouth changes so much from the time you have it done to when this 6 months time that they're talking about comes. It changes a lot. I can tell you that where I could barely get these in my mouth 4 weeks ago, and it felt like I was forcing them in there. Right now, without adhesive, they will fly in and out of my mouth. When I was a child, my grandfather used to keep us kids in line. He was a big, tall man, so we had to look way up at him. And to keep us in line, he would take his tongue and he would run his teeth out and pull them back in. And if you didn't know what was going on, you'd catch out of the corner of your eye and you'd see his teeth shoot in and out. And it was like, oh, do that again. And we thought he was magic. We didn't realize those were not his teeth. They were his, they were in his mouth. But we thought he had special powers that he could take his teeth in and out with his tongue. And I got tickled at myself the other day because when I went to the dentist, I didn't want to put the fixative on them because I wouldn't be able to get them out. So I just stuck them in my mouth and I pushed them on my tongue and they went flying out. So I thought about Granddaddy and I thought, how in the world did he eat without having them fixed down? Because that is uncomfortable to me. Just having them loose in my mouth without having the fixative on them, it rubs in all the wrong places and they shift around, and I just don't see how he stood that. But maybe he'd had him in there for so long, maybe he was used to it and didn't bother him. But anyway, that was kind of me laughing at myself about my teeth flying out of my mouth. And then another thing I got when I got into the dentist office, got to talking to 3 other ladies in the waiting room, and it was really nice because by the time we all parted our ways, everybody felt better about getting their dentures done, and we all had similar stories where we had been dealing with these horrible, horrible teeth. Mine, I broke my front teeth out when I was just a kid. As soon as my permanent teeth came in, we were outside playing one day and I fell in my grandmother's driveway and bit a brick and broke the front 2 teeth right out. And I had crowns my whole life. One of the girls that I was sitting beside, she was telling me that she only had 7 teeth left in the front on the top and 7 left on the bottom. She had to have all the rest of them pulled. Her jaw was already swollen from one that she had been having problems with since she was in 2nd grade. And she said she was so sick and tired of them telling her that she needed to save her teeth. And she showed me her teeth. And to be honest, them teeth looked like a picket fence that was falling down. They were splayed out every which way. They not pretty, and she was the first one to say, she said, look at this. Do you think these are worth saving? She was ashamed of her mouth. And I get that. And I told her, I said, I don't understand what it's like to live with bad teeth. And, it doesn't matter if they're sound teeth, if they don't make you feel good about yourself. If you're ashamed to open your mouth, then saving them is not the thing. There's a lot to be said for, insurance companies don't want to pay everything on what they consider to be cosmetic, but if it's affecting the value of your health and the quality of your life because you can't eat properly and you can't have good mental health because of the way you feel about your appearance, that's health. And whether insurance wants to pay for it or not, the issue's still there, and it still affects how people feel about themselves and how they present themselves and what they feel like they can achieve and where they can go in life, because if they're ashamed of their appearance, it may hold them back. And I just feel like this is really important to a lot of people, and it was really important to me. I'm happy to be able to share my thoughts about it with you. You may agree, you may not. I don't know. Don't have no idea how you feel about it. It's not my business. I'm just putting this out here and telling you how I feel about it. And maybe this is some help to some people. And if you have any questions, you can shoot me a comment and I'll try to answer back if I see it. And I do check in to see if I've got any new subscribers or anything. I'm not out there putting stuff in every day like a lot of these content creator people are. I'm just a grandma. I got some stuff I want to put on here before I die, just so my kids and my grandkids will be able to go back and go, ah, Mama was crazy. And that's about it. But if you're interested in anything I got to say, you just come on back and I'll have some more videos up here pretty soon. Bye. Well, finally made it back to the dentist. Had to go back Friday. They were out of materials, but I managed to get in there Friday. They did the soft set. This is what they look like. They fit like a glove. And basically I go back in about 6 weeks and they'll do another one. So thanks everybody for bearing with me on this long video. Have a great life until we talk again. Bye bye.